G'day, welcome to Mad Scientist Prospecting. My name's 𝗤𝗃𝗂𝗏, and ages ago on my original YouTube channel called 𝗤𝗃𝗂𝗏, where I used to publish all my prospecting videos, I did a video called Cheapest, Fastest, Most Efficient Classifier Ever. Now the classifier that I showed in that video has lasted me about 3 years, and it was getting a bit tired and starting to break, and I was going to make a new one. But I've lost it, so I can't show it to you. The one I'm going to make now, the Mark II, is going to be even better than that one. Not going to be cheaper, because the other one was very cheap. The other one was basically free. But it is going to be faster, and it is going to be more efficient. Now in prospecting, you'll often hear people talking about classification. We're not really classifying. What we're doing is getting rid of the big and the boring. A soil scientist, a geologist, may classify a particular sample into discrete size classes. You know, less than 1 millimeter, greater than 0.75 millimeter, between 15 and 20 micron. Now, while meshes are really good at classifying according to size, they're not very quick or efficient at just getting rid of the big and the boring. A much better tool for that job are bars or grills, and I'm surprised they're not used more often in prospecting, because it's not as if you guys don't know about them. The grizzly bars on a high banker. In commercial prospecting gear, a lot of the screens aren't meshes that have rectangular holes. They are meshes that have elongated rectangular holes because they're more efficient at passing material. Prospectors are wanting to classify a material and you just want to get rid of the big and the boring. Why don't you use a classifier that is based on a bar system rather than a mesh system? So here is the foundation of the Mark II. It's a wider fan cowling, so it's going to be a little bit bigger. This solid wire rim around the outside is better than the rim on the other one, which broke, which is why I needed to replace it. It's also deeper, which I think is better. Now, if you're making one of these yourself, part of the thing that makes it cheap is that you're just going to find one of these in a skip or somewhere and use it. So you might not have one as good as this. One of the drawbacks of the fan cowling when they're made this way is the radial alignment of all the wires. If you can find a fan cowling where the wires are arranged in circles, that would be way better than one of these. I haven't found one yet, and you tend to only find them on industrial fans, and you don't tend to find industrial fans thrown out in the skip. But to modify this, what we're going to do, and this is the biggest improvement of the Mark II, is I'm just going to cut out some of these wires. In fact, I think what we'll do is we're going to cut out every second one. Now, it'd be nice if I had a little pair of wire cutters that could get in and cut there, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is use a punch and just punch down every second wire so I can get to it a bit more easily. Now that I've got half of those raised, every second one, I can get to them, but I can't do it with a pair of wire cutters because, well, I've got fencing wire cutters which are huge and aren't going to do the job. So, got to use a different tool. Alright, now I was being a bit delicate there with the grinder because I didn't want to cut the ones I hadn't bent up, and there wasn't a lot of room for movement. Now the cool thing here is that these are just snapping off. I don't have to cut them. What's up, Lucky? You keeping me company? Is this one of those occasions where I should wear gloves?
Nah.
I'll pick up all these little plane and chisel blade destroying bits. Right, next stage is we've got to fill this hole in. For the Mark I classifier, I used an offcut of this stuff. But that stuff's going to be a bit small in terms of what it will pass. So I've got an offcut of some Avery mesh, which I'm going to use over here. which will do the job even better. There we go. There we go, we're all done. So not only are these the best, fastest, most efficient classifiers to use, they're also very simple to make once you've got the cowling. Now the reason I've got this done now is because I'm working on that gravel bank. And what I was finding is that the large rocks which have got a fair bit of clay stuck to them aren't going through the high banker particularly well. And so I think it's going to be more efficient to do a rough classification through this screen and then throw it through the high banker than it is to throw it through the high banker raw, just off the shovel, so to speak. And if that's the case, then I'm wondering whether I need to spend any more time on improving the hopper box. Maybe if I want a hopper box that works better, I've got to go to the next step up and go to a trommel. Well, I hope you find this information useful. If you do, please share it around. Send it to some friends. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and then the bell notification so when new videos come out, you'll know about them. And on that note, coming up on the channel, we're going to be doing some more stuff on the fluid dynamics of prospecting. In particular, I think the next video I'm going to do in that series is the paradox that the eddies behind riffles are both responsible for the riffle working, but they're also responsible for the riffle losing gold. So stay tuned for that. It'll be coming up soon. Bye-bye. Just let the train go by. I've been looking for that.